Hello, people. Video number, I don't know how many, with Daniel from Ibanez back there telling me about the guitars because I was seriously too lazy to read about them. No, I read the whole catalog and all that, but who can remember that the Ibanez S7, also 542, RG, that's actually not the SA61Al. Hey.
There you go.
That's not so bad, SA61Al. What the 61 means, who knows? It's 6 strings plus 1? No. It's, who knows? AL, Axion Lyris. I have no idea what these things mean, Ibanez. That's why I hired Dan to sit there and read stats to me. So that I don't have to do it and you don't have to read it. Because I know many of you can't read. So, we're here with something a little bit special, I think. Because it's an S-Series. I had an S-Series, actually, I had the Francambali signature, which was an S. Really beautiful guitar, which is now resting with my buddy in Finland. Pasi bought it, and he's very happy with it because he had one years ago. Now, these are, of course, the super slim, thin guitars. Let me pull this out here, where you have this plug right here on the top. I'm fingering the guitar right there. This is also what Nida plays. Not this, but similar. And look, it's got a little compartment for your drugs. No, battery, damn it. In this case, the guitar has, look at that, a plastic, I didn't see this, on top. That's not sexy. However, it's bent okay, a little bit more difficult to do, and it's an S, which means there probably isn't space in it to have this recessed, because it's very, very thin here, and for the electronics, there probably isn't space to have this recessed. So I'm gonna forgive Ibanez for doing that. This is from the Axion series. Axion label? Axion label, right? AL.
Axion label.
Axion label. Like iron label, but better. So this is an ultralight guitar. The first thing you notice when you pick it up is, where's the weight? Now, apparently many people do this and say, look, it's perfectly balanced. Only that no one holds a guitar like this. You don't hold it like this. You don't balance it here. You'd be balancing it here on a strap. By the way, these strap locks, which are the new ones from Schaller, are included, and that's kind of cool. Apparently they don't squeegee scratch anymore like Schaller's used to. That's a neat little thing. Oh, 3-ply binding, very nice. The way that you do hold a guitar is on those straps, and the thing is, if you look at it, it is pretty damn top heavy. Well, because it's so light. It's impossible to make a neck and a headstock that balances with this body. Yes, it is possible, make the body heavier, which we don't. So don't bitch about head dive on this guitar, and don't do this. Look, it's so balanced. No, it's not. It is top heavy. But it's good because it means it's bottom light, if you know what I mean. So it has Fishman Fluence, which have different voicings, and also a single coil or tap, lesser windies possibility. It comes with all these stats are things Daniel is here for, but apparently I know them. Goto, twisty lockies, no volute, even though other Axion labels have a volute. So I think Daniel doesn't even know. We still don't know which ones get a volute and which ones don't. Maybe it's like they have these Dungeons and Dragons dice. Dungeons and, it's a long day. This is video number 6. Dungeons and Dragons dice, where they go in the factory like, volute or no volute, let's see. Oh, 27, this one gets a volute. Volute or no volute. 4, this one doesn't. Who knows? This one doesn't. The body is made out of wood, as is the neck.
You need my help?
Is this NATO?
It is NATO, yeah.
Okay. So this is the wood where I'm going to make the joke again. Many countries pitch in 1% of their GDP, and then Ibanez can build guitars out of that money. This is a 3-piece body out of NATO wood. NATO. Don't know where they found it. Looks like mahogany, behaves like it. This looks like, let's show this here. This looks like wenge, but it is the sexual position panga panga. I don't know. It is like wenge, I think, but it's called panga panga. Probably wenge's older brother, with 2 strips of walnut. I love dark woods. I love dark necks, and in my experience, based on my Ibanez RG1070 PBZ, which has a wenge neck, all the Ibanez guitars with darker necks have a much rounder bass than the ones with maple necks. Just a little bit more oomph around the bass. We have, because it's an Axion label in a lower price range, we have this cool folded open truss rod cover, which I love, because you don't need a screwdriver to adjust the neck tension. Piece of metal, which they probably have a name for.
Gibraltar. It's a Gibraltar bridge. Does the job?
NATO, Gibraltar. Told you. Now, the battery is, of course, for the Fishman Fluence. The paint job on this is very original. It's almost like a violin varnish, I would say. Let's see if we can capture that. It's an open poured, not high gloss, but low gloss. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm, correct.
It's a low gloss finish. So it's glossy, but open poured. Very, I'm going to say strange because you don't see that a lot on guitars. Feels a little bit like a nitrous finish that already sank into the pores. And we also have this on the top, which means the top is not high gloss, but what's the word? Low gloss. It is cool. I love the colors. I love how that, I'm going to say that's probably a veneer, comes out. And it doesn't have the shiny, but it also doesn't have the non-shiny. It's got the semi-shiny. But you also can see that it's sunk in a bit into the grain. Now, the result of that will be that the guitar feels kind of like an old friend and will age probably a little bit faster. Which it would be strange to get an Ibanez that is aged, an Ibanez that's relict or distressed, because it just wouldn't feel right for an Ibanez. But this will automatically be relict a little bit quicker than another guitar. Beautiful veneer matching headstock with a, since this is an Axion label, see, Dan, after 6 videos, I don't even need you anymore. It has a glow-in-the-dark Lumi Ibanez logo, which is a little bit bigger than usual because it's a reverse headstock and we have it perpendicular to the strings, which Daniel likes. And we have luminays on the sides right there. Side dot luminays, beautiful. And if I'm correct, since it's an Axion label, the frets are Mortal Kombated.
Sub-Zero treated, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
nickel. What I'm saying.
That's right.
Sub-Zero treatment. Do you want to do your Nickelback joke?
Why not?
Okay, you go ahead.
Axion label brings the nickel back on the neck of the guitar. But now it lasts longer, so it's pretty cool.
Brings the nickel back.
Yep.
So you have the sound and feel of nickel frets. I don't know the difference in feel of nickel or steel frets. Actually, I would never know the difference on any guitar because I simply don't know. But apparently there's a difference. But these last longer because of Mortal Kombat. Now, clean sound, Sky King by Tone King, through the aux with the 412 Queenback and the mic in front of it, which is a Lewitt MTP 440 mixed together. All the amps have that setup. What we have here is voicing 1. Let's show that here. So this very strange knob, by the way, which, why did they pick that? I don't know. It's a weird knob. Voicing 1 and 2. humbucker single coil pickup switch. For me, the pickup switch is in a strange position. If you look at the track that you heard at the beginning, I'm frequently trying to switch pickups and I'm grabbing this. So this is kind of hidden between these, behind these, and I wish this was in a position where I could flick it faster. That's just a personal preference, but I'm sure they have their reasons. So we're going to start single coil here. Let's go. I'm looking for the wiggle stick. There is none. Beautiful chord. That's metal right there. Voicing 2. Which is more vintage, Daniel tells me. He's pretty useless in this video. He just told me too much. I'm sorry. So, humbucker. Neck position. Voicing 2. More vintage. The vintage or the voicing 2 position has different mids. It feels as if they're a little bit more midsy, around the mid frequencies. It says coil tap, so it is tap the coil. It's not single coil, and you know what? It doesn't sound like single coil. It's a different sound. It's less windies. This is never going to be a Strat. Because a Strat's going to be a Strat. It's not going to be your Hendrixy guitar. It's not what it's made for. What you've just heard is 4 different sounds right here. So we're going to go, yes, we're going to go through all of that. Single coil in between, voicing 1. That's nice! That is a little bit stratty. Humbucker in between. Single coil voicing 2. X and Dan have totally left me. They're both doing stuff back there. Hey, Xy. Voicing 2, humbucker. Oh, now I'm seeing that there's a very, very thin white line. There's an ultra subtle binding on the fretboard. You see that really, really thin line? That's beautiful. Very subtle. I can get to like that. We're gonna go bridge, single coil, voicing 1. Humbucker voicing 1. Single coil voicing 2. Humbucker voicing 2. So hypothetically, you have 3 times 4 sounds, which is 29. I'm going to go into the Revv Dynamis, which is there, with some delay and reverb from the aux. and the Bogner Ecstasy pedal on the table in front of me, the Ecstasy Red, because I know that this guitar is amazing for some leads. Was the Rolling Stones. That's some sweet-ass leads right there. You have to actually hit with the pick the right strings. This is a fun guitar. We're moving on to a little bit more rock and roll with the Marshall something, what it's called. Well, look at all those Ibanez heads. We can't. Leslie's probably sitting in there like, why didn't you guys move those out of the picture? Well, because we're pushing Ibanez here, so they're everywhere. There's one there. There's everywhere. We're not hiding them. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. What am I saying? Oh, rock and roll with the Marshall JCM 800. I'm gonna go right over here and go chugga-chug, which is this. It continues. A single coil, rolling back le volume. Yeah, it still doesn't sound like single coils. It's just a coil tap. It's a different voicing. with the Marshall, and we move on to the Carl. No, that's that thing. That's to the Morgan AC20 in single coil, voicing 2 in the front, and here we go. First real 6 string at the fine and dime. Made it from my fingers bled. Was it some up 75? I don't know. Of that nucky nuck thing in. Nice. Moving on to the orange rocker verb. I get it. Do you hear the clarity even though there's super gain going on? That's the Fishman Fluence magic. They're very modern pickups, and that's what they're great for. String separation and clarity. Okay, I want that with the Revv 100p, which will sound like so. Be prepared. Be prepared, not P prepared, because it's a 100p, not 100p and Fishmans are friends. And apparently I need a tuner to find a D. Much better. This is as much gain as I can possibly muster, and it's the Revv 100p on the aggression mode 3, 3, 3, and you can't get it muddy. Some notes were ugly because I picked wrong notes, but that's me, that's not this. This is pretty phenomenal riffing on a very, very light guitar. Well, if you want wall of sound, you might want to go for the XL version of the Ibanez that they have, because they have 900 kilometer wide scales. But if you need a workhorse that's very light, this does a lot of things. By the way, have you heard this? Take this away from me because I'm gonna do this all fucking day long. So this is the Ibanez thin one. Look at the title of the video. I don't know. Costs money.
$999.
Whatever, Daniel. What? $999?
$999.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you say more earlier?
Nope, it's available as 7-string for $10.99.
It's available at 7-string.
Yeah, but
Why am I repeating what you're saying? They can see you clearly.
I don't know.
Well, say it again. How much is this one?
That one clocks in at $999, and if you go for one additional string, it's $10.99.
Can I go for 2 additional strings?
Unfortunately not. I don't know if the S will really do the job for an 8-string. It probably will be too much string tension. I don't know.
Do you know why you can't get this in an 8-string?
Nope. Tell me.
Because no one needs 8 strings. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. No one should have that. And Ibanez knows that. That's why you can only get this in 6 and 7. Because...
We have 9 strings.
Yeah, You're very clever not to have brought the 9-string because you know I would have laughed at you.
Well, we could have used it to have like a decent lunch.
As a table.
Yeah.
How much is the 9-string?
Oh, I don't know. It's well, we have several versions of it. The latest version is like 1,500 or something.
Ah, damn it! Because if it was a little bit cheaper, I would have absolutely bought it and made it into a table. That would have been really funny. So, well, thanks to Dan for hanging out and bringing these guitars for me to check out. Thanks to Leslie for pretty much spending her whole day switching these videos. I'm pretty sure she's happy that she can get out of here. Thanks to you guys for watching. For reasons that are unknown to me. And I guess I'll see you on the Flippity Flop after you've watched Animals at the End. And if you're interested in this, there should be links below to buying opportunities. See you guys.